us a retest all the way for a drop.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I see. So we'll start.
Excuse me, sorry.
All right. All right, so we're gonna start with the daily. Daily's dipping into this little area down over here. So we'll see if we get a break of this area here. If we do, we're gonna go down to 132,980 or so. The 4 hour. Four hour. Is at a support also. It's rejecting off of the support.
4 hours rejecting off of the support.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I saw?
Mm-hmm.
That isn't.
Support over here around the July 20th that it rejected, and it's doing the same thing now. Yes, it's doing the same thing now, so we'll see what happens on the hour.
Why is my shit above yours?
Delete this.
Mine. Where am I? Let me go over here and see what I see.
All right, so on the hourly, price had a huge move down. All right, so on the hourly, price had a huge move down.
Yeah.
So all I'm looking for is for some support to be formed. If we do get some support to be formed, we'll get a pullback, form some resistance to retest the low. And that would be the trade. The trade would be after this resistance is made. Trade would be the retest of the low. Low is made here. Wait for the pullback for resistance to form to retest the low.
How did you get? That's really aggravating.
What's that?
Maybe if I put it right there, it'll line up to what you have, maybe. Yeah, my levels just aren't right there. My levels make that look like the bottom of that red candle had crossed over and it had came and retraced back up to resistance right at where the bullish candle closed at, instead of making a support at those lows. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right, like, were you on the 30 minute?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just move it down. I just don't understand why. I mean, I could come up with your logic why, because there's clearly a support level, but it's like it was. I was just above that, and it looked like it broke below my support and then closed back up to make it a resistance instead of it being a support.
And the only reason it's a support down here is because even though it broke the low, it still finished bullish.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I need emotion always can be real. So should we expect wick fill for the retracement?
Yes.
So my emotions will always keep it real. Indeed. That really bothers me.
What's that?
How I drew that. And it how I drew that. Oh, you know why I drew it like that?
Why's that?
If you go over to the 5 a.m. candle,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the 4 hour. I'm looking at a 5 a.m. From 9, I'm guessing 9 p.m. Oh, 9 a.m. Oh, this is a 5 p.m. candle. No, because that's in military time, isn't it? That's got to be a 5 a.m. candle. On July 3rd at 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
To 9 on the 4 hour, that looks like support. And that was the last support I seen. So you drew it at the wick and not the. Yeah, I just put it there because that's the last one I had seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had it at the wick.
So why do I know where to put that at? Because that's the.
So the higher the time frames, on the higher time frames, you want to look at the wicks, because on the lower time frames, you'll get the bodies of these wicks.
Okay.
So if you go down to the hour and look at this same area, you'll see some bodies close down where these wicks are.
July 3rd it was.
So the fact that you have wicks down here,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously you fast forward to what we have now. This hourly candle closed here. It opened here, went all the way up. There's my level's just there. It's what it is.
So the explanation is it is what it is.
It's just going to be in this general area. So the fact that you had it up towards the body, that's perfectly fine, because it's all it is just a range of prices. I just have mine here because of the recent action, the recent price action. Right. So you had a candle come down, close bearish, this one here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had one go all the way up, close bullish. That one there. This last candle here broke the low. But even though it broke the low, it came all the way back up and closed bullish. So anywhere in this vicinity would be my support. So all I'm looking for now is for price to either close below this area to continue down. So if this 30-minute candle here, the current one that's open, if it closes below this area, looking for it to continue down.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, that is, so nothing really would have changed if my
No.
level was where it was at.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So I don't have to worry about being dead on in that way
Nope. Unless you get more information.
unless I get more information. Exactly.
Yep. More candle closures. Once you get more information, you can adjust them then. This is just where I have mine.
Because regardless, I would still have to wait for more information.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I feel
Because
better.
I'm still looking for a retracement up.
So my emotions that I've always kept it real. No, it ain't deep. Wow. Pardon.
I'm waiting on these fools to send me my verification account.
I gotta send you a note.
Yeah, once you finish the challenge, they send you the verification. So I'm just waiting on them to send that. They usually will send it by now.
Splendid. You found any alternatives yet?
To
Other companies.
there's yeah.
Similar stuff going on or what?
There's one, but it doesn't. The payouts aren't as big. They pay you, and there's no challenges, so you just start immediate payouts. But you get 10% every 2 weeks.
Of what you make?
Yes.
Is that worth it?
Not for me.
I didn't think so. I did not think so.
Not for my personal goals.
It seems like what you make 10,000 in 2 weeks, you get $1,000.
No, you get yeah. You're right.
That's not nothing right there. That's the McDonald's of Forex.
Yeah, it has some other benefits to it too. Some of the money you make goes into a real account for you, and then you unlock that real account once you get like 15 grand in it.
15 grand profit.
Yeah, over like 3 months.
On their end or on your 10% end?
On your end. On your end. So every 5,000 you make goes into a real account. And then once you get 15,000 in it, you get to trade that as well. And you keep 100% of that. Or it might be still 70. I can't remember. It's either 100% of the real or 70% of the real.
You get to keep. You have to keep trading the other one though.
You don't have to. You can just trade the real one if you want. And you can withdraw anytime from the real one. As long as it doesn't go, as long as your withdrawal doesn't go below the starting 15.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of tomfoolery going on with those numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. So now we just wait.
Yeah, that's what we'll do over here. Hmm. Yeah, I missed both of my entries by a 15-minute candle. Last week, the ones I lost,
Oh yeah.
or the ones I was losing, I was just off. Like, frustrating. It was just off. Just barely off. In order for me to grab the proper entries. It's just like the small things. Some small things I got to work on. I got to see for the first time, really.
Well, that's pretty good.
So what scenarios you see for this turnaround after it goes up and creates a new resistance?
Once it creates resistance, just looking for the break of a low.
My emotions have always kept it real. No, I did. I just feel missing something here. There it goes. That's it, huh?
Yeah, that is pretty much it.
Nothing. You don't talk. You don't talk here. You don't talk. You're just Kawhi Leonard. Keep forgetting.
Still have sleep. So if you look at what happened up here in London, you had resistance up here,
Mm-hmm.
right? You had a support level down over here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
This one candle here came down, closed below support, but the next candle didn't break the low to continue the move down. All right, it actually closed back up in the range.
Mm-hmm.
So if it closed back up in the range, you'd want to see the next candle. You'd want to wait to see what the next candle does. The next candle tried to go up, but it didn't break the high, so it wasn't going to continue its move up, and it broke the low down over here. As soon as it broke the low, that would be confirmation there that this thing is going to continue its move down. So it broke the low, and obviously continued its move down. So yeah, that's your break of your support. That is your break of your support. Support has been broken. So I'm looking for a similar thing to happen. I'm looking for a similar thing to happen here. So you'll get a few bullish candles that close, which is what you're getting now. So you have this bullish candle here close. You have this bullish candle here that's closing. So we'll see how this current candle closes. And once we get some resistance formed, you'll know you'll have resistance formed once bullish candles stop closing and you start getting a bearish candle forming. So depending on where this candle closes, you may have resistance forming right over here, or it could continue up and make resistance somewhere else. But either way, you want resistance to be formed so it can come back down to retest the low that it made down over there.
Yep, gotcha. I was more thinking like, how are you?
I'm great. I'm just sleepy. Oh man, I'm stupid sleepy.
Yeah, man. You may got to get some coffee or something, bro.
Stupid sleepy.
You gotta be woke for this, man. Indeed, I just feel.
Doesn't help that my account isn't here yet.
Huh?
Said it doesn't help that my account isn't here yet.
Okay. That would make me feel a little better about life right now, for real. But he keeps posting these horror stories.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. I've never had an issue with the account not showing up, so it's coming. It just takes some time. It usually takes a little bit of time if it happens over the weekend.
Uh,
They got so much probably crap to get through.
Facts. I do need this to work though.
100%. It definitely.
I don't need them to be playing no games. So, do you have to trade on a different platform or something? Is that how this works? Like,
What do you mean?
because when I seen Buddy post a story on YouTube about what happened with him and the Gap, uh, like he placed a trade and the whatever broker FTMO was using or however this works to get their prices, there was like a 108-point gap.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and it triggered some of his levels, and he didn't, and like Owanda and none of these other places charted that gap like that. Only whatever he was using for FTMO charted that gap, so he was all mad about it, which I would have been too. But I just wonder, do you still use MetaTrader when you get funded, or do you have to use some other thing that they suggest?
No, so MetaTrader is just the trading. Is just the platform. What he was talking about was the actual broker. So FTMO uses LMAX for broker.
Okay.
So he was probably talking about some issues with LMAX, broker provider.
Okay. Cool.
MetaTrader is completely separate.
Yeah, cool. So you still enter your trades with MetaTrader?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this candle going this direction, what's that tell you?
It tells me bullish pressure is dying. So we'll see if this high breaks, or we'll just see what happens. Because right now I'm not doing anything right now, or I wouldn't be looking to do anything.
And
Because even though you have it's just pretty much consolidating in my eyes.
and the next push comes pre-New York. Is that the next push?
Yep, we're in the pre-New York time at the moment, so we should get some movement here soon.
Okay. And there's a push at London close as well. Is that true?
Yes, around 10 o'clock or so.
I'm starting to finally make sense of those terms. I've heard you say them 70 times, but now I understand that.
There's times of day.
Mm.
Yep, there's.
It's important too.
Oh yeah, they're very important. Even though this thing is open 24 hours, there's certain times you need to be looking at it, and certain times you don't need to be looking at it.
That last trade I missed on Friday, I was trading it like I had volume, and I didn't, so I should have known that it would require more time for the move to be made. If I would have been patient, I would have had all types of moves. I would have been finished with the challenge.
Yep.
For real. I just didn't. I was trading it like I had volume, and I thought it died out. So I started like scaling out and stuff and bailing. Just gotta get my footing. Feel good though.
heck is all this noise?
And I've always kept it real. No, I ain't did. I just feel my emotions that I've always kept it real.
All right, so if this thing does break down, where is it going? All right, so if this thing does break down,
I think I got what you got. 130, 133, 121. Oh, you got 129? Okay, and you got at the top of that thing right there.
yeah, it's got some issues in this area, so we're just gonna set a first target at 133,380. It's a good first target.
Thanks.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm tripping.
It's my emotions. No, I did. It's getting cold up there yet?
Man, yeah.
Just started getting cold here yesterday.
Might get a wick fill up here if we get a break of the high. Yeah, it's freezing. Well, not freezing, but it's just colder than normal.
I don't know if I'm ready. Don't know if I'm ready. You, woo, woo, woo. Something about the way you do, the way you do.
So if we do get a break of the high, 133, 890 or so, look for this thing to wick fill up, and then see what happens.
Thanks.
So right now it looked like it just put in a low.
Facts. Wow. Excuse me. Nickelodeon. Liberty. Cholo has been formed.
So this example here is just how you would read this situation, like real time. So as these candles continue forming, you want to continue making your story and your case on what's happening and why it's happening, and what would be the case if something were to happen. So if this high were to break, you'd be obviously looking for a wick fill up to this area to fill the wick you made over here. And then if this thing were to break its own low down over here that it just put in a low here, it didn't break the low of the previous one, so it couldn't maintain its move down. So you're either looking for a break of the high or you're looking for a close for more information. Because right now it's stuck. It hasn't moved anywhere. It hasn't broken the high, it hasn't broken the low. And when I say broken the high, broken the low, I mean of the previous candle.
Still in the range.
It's still in a range.
So this breaks the high. Do you take the next candle if it breaks that high?
I wouldn't take it.
Okay.
I would just be watching and waiting. Really, the only reason I'm looking for this high to break is this tells you that there's a bigger pullback to come. So I wouldn't necessarily take the buy going up because I'm still bearish. My bias is bearish because of this huge move down. So the only thing I'm waiting on is resistance to be formed. If this high breaks, this tells me that resistance hasn't been formed yet and it's going to form further up. But for risky people, if you want to take the buy when this thing breaks the high, you can. But in this scenario, when it breaks the high, I'm not looking to take an entry. I'm just looking for where resistance is going to be formed. And if it does break this high, it tells me that resistance is going to be formed higher than the level that it's at right now. So really, I'm just looking for it to break to give me more information, not to take a trade.
I'll get it soon.
But if you want to take that wick fill, it's 18 pips. So it's just risky. But if you want to take it, you technically could. But I'm looking for sales.
And it's risky because momentum is already just bearish.
Yes, momentum is bearish. You always want to trade with momentum.
Bank holiday in Japan.
Hmm?
Bank holiday today in Japan.
Sure is.
That would mostly affect the Asian session, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would affect now too. Anything with either the Asian session or any pairs with JPY. So this thing is just ranging right now. So just gotta wait.
So liquidity wicks. You got any words on those?
Yeah, so they happen. They generally happen in strong trends. Like this one here you could take this as a liquidity wick. But they can only be determined after the fact. So they can only be determined after the move has happened. You can only see them then. Sometimes you can see them as they're happening. So this thing shot up and then closed back below here. So you could technically say this was a liquidity wick to continue down. If this thing does continue down, you could look back and say, oh, this was a liquidity wick to grab liquidity to continue pushing down. It's really hard to tell that they're happening when they're actually forming. But after you get your trade and after you get your move, you can look back and say, okay, what helped this happen was this liquidity wick. This liquidity wick helped this push down. And by liquidity wick, you just mean price moves hard in one direction and then continues the opposite direction. So price would move hard up to continue going down. It's the whole buy low, sell high idea.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just one of those things you can only tell after the fact, unless you're like a genius or something.
So right now, this is telling me that bullish momentum is coming to a close.
Yes, and you're currently in consolidation. You look at the 15-minute, I mean, it's just a mess. Candles are printing sideways. So you want to stay far, far away from this mess. Because this is how you get caught in a trade, and this is where you get stressed. This is where most people get stressed out. Anywhere in this area is stress.
Facts. Who are you telling?
This is stress trading. This whole area here is stressful trading. So you're looking to catch a trade either down over here, you want to catch a trade down there, or you want to catch the wick fill up here. And I'm not sold on the wick fill up here. But if you were going to catch a trade, I'd be looking to catch a trade in these areas, not in this mess.
Mhm.
These are stress-free trading.
So really, you wouldn't take a buy until the break and retracement of the wick fill.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I need to all right, so first trade of Friday, I didn't catch that because I'm becoming iffy about impulse trades. But that one Friday was at a 1 hour level, 30-minute level, 15-minute level. Right?
Mhm.
That's why
Yes.
you felt safe enough to take it because it was
Yes.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So under those circumstances, it is okay.
100%.
Okay. That is clearing things up. That's why I kept getting burned by them. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah, if you're gonna take an impulse entry, you gotta look at where you're at on all the time frames because the impulse entry could make sense when you're taking it based on where you're at, what kind of level you're getting a reaction off of. If you're getting a reaction off a 4 hour level, and you're looking to take an entry, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you're at like a 15-minute level and you're looking to take an impulse entry, I'm not. You're gonna get burned. So
Facts. I've done it all.
yeah.
Keep
So
making.
right now we're at potential support. In 2 hours, if this 4 hour candle closes bullish, and then you get some bullish structure forming on like the 30-minute and the hour, if you want to take an impulse there, that would be a beautiful impulse because you're going to get a huge push up if this thing closes bullish on the 4 hour at this level.
Then you could really look for a wick fill.
Yeah, you could look for some bullish structure on the 30-minute, some bullish candles forming, breaks of the highs, stuff like that. You'll get your pushes up.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
But if you don't get that, and this 4 hour just either closes bearish or does whatever it needs to do, then you just gotta wait because right now the hourly and the 4 hour indecisive. The hourly is creating a support and printing sideways currently. 30 is doing the same things, printing sideways. It's just in consolidation or range, or you might hear it called a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you really got a
Range or
idea on how to tie in all the time frames together.
yes, you have to tie all of them together
I get it.
as one, as the closest, like as one is ending. If the 30-minute is ending, I want to click on the hour and I want to click on the 4 hour to see how that candle is shaping up as the 30-minute is closing. So you'll see me do that a lot. If a candle's coming to a close, you'll look at how the 15 minutes closing, how that 30-minute, the hour, and the 4 hour are closing or shaping up before that particular candle closes. Mainly the 30-minute and the hour, just because those have they give you so much information.
Facts.
Because when you see the first half of the hour close, which is 1 30-minute close, it tells you how the first half of that hour is set up and how the next half might play out. So that could give you information for your next 30-minute candle. Say, hey, this first hour played out this way, so the next hour may play out, this way based on how the first half of the hour played and how the 30-minute candle closed.
Facts.
So you want to make sure that you're watching all time frames when candles are closing.
That would definitely help, bro.
Yes, it helps a ton.
Definitely make it easier.
because it's going to give you more confluence if you're taking a impulse entry, or whatever trade you're taking is going to give you more confluence. Confluence is a confirmation, so it's going to give you more. It's going to give you more uh, confidence to take that trade.
Exactly. So I don't need the indicators.
Exactly. Yeah.
Heard.
These boxes and these lines are indication enough.
Heard. I was missing that the first 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. I was missing my awareness that I need to tie all of them together, and it's important. I would look at them all, but I didn't have the story of tying them together. I wasn't building that story. I was really just focusing on the move in the micro instead of looking at the macro together.
Every time a candle closes, it'll tell you a story. You just gotta read the freaking book. It's just a different language.
It's just different. You just gotta wait on it.
Yep.
Because it's talking. The only reason I wasn't like being as patient as I should be is because I was worried about losing out on impulse entries.
Mhm.
I think I was just being too aggressive, feeling like I had to catch every single move in order to even consider myself doing this versus letting it come to me.
Yep. It'll definitely show up too.
Yeah, it'll definitely show up. And to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, I shouldn't have a problem with missing it, because then at least you get to see the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get better at
Yep.
knowing.
You'll get. Mm-hmm.
Because jumping early is not good for your account.
No.
Missing it don't hurt it, but jumping early is not good for it.
So this is as clear as day.
That is.
Yeah, it should be as clear as day. No trade here. There's a
Maybe,
trade here, and there's a trade up here.
maybe if that top box was yellow, like caution or something. Because
Yeah, let's do that. This is a caution area. There you go.
you feel me? There you go. That's clear as day. Crazy.
Yeah, there you go. This should be fairly easy to understand. Red means stop. Yellow means caution. Green means gun it. Well, yellow could mean gun it too, depending on your personality.
And you will get the results.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get the results. Hopefully.
If you are gonna gun it in the yellow, if anybody's watching this, if you are gonna gun it, you need to take an entry as soon as this high breaks.
What is your information backing that up? You have some higher time frame confluence to verify that, or are you just expecting that to impulse.
Yeah, if it is going to impulse, then I mean, you had a bearish. The previous candle was bearish, so if bearish candles are forming, you expect them to continue bearish. But if this current candle breaks the high of the bearish candle that formed, when this bearish candle formed, it formed resistance. So if this candle breaks this high, that means the resistance is just out the window. It could be out the window, or it's just testing up. So if you were going to get an entry, the perfect entry would be once this high is broken to continue up.
That's annoying.
Because you're not, you would expect this candle continue going down. If this previous candle closed bearish, you would expect them to continue making bearish candles going down. So if that doesn't happen and you get a break of here, you know, this is more than likely going to continue going up if it didn't continue going down. But you just got another bearish close. So I would take this out the window. And again, this is where candle closures come into play and give you more information. So the high wasn't broken up here. The low wasn't broken either. So you're still in consolidation. So you got to wait and see what this candle does now. And the hourly closed bearish. So that's indication of a resistance forming. So this is further confirmation. If I can get my arrow to work. This is further confirmation of resistance forming. Because now you're getting resistance on the hourly, which is a bigger level than the 30-minute. So the fact that you had this bullish move up and then this bearish candle that closed here, this signifies a resistance. So now you want to see how things react from here, which is what we wanted to happen at the beginning of the morning. We wanted to pull back and we wanted resistance to be formed so it could retest the low down here. So we may be getting that.
So you break over the resist. So you break over support and close below support.
Yeah.
Take the next candle, or are you waiting on?
You could take the next candle, or you could take the break of this low, the break of the previous candle's low. Even though it's in the consolidation range, you're getting a bearish structure forming. So you would expect this this support to be broken. You would expect this support to be broken here. Uh-oh. I get my arrows to work. This support here, you would expect this to be broken.
Based on?
And continue down here.
Based on
these bearish candles forming at this resistance that was created. You were looking for a pullback up to create resistance, which happened, which we were waiting for all morning. This resistance was created. You got bearish candles forming. You got a break of the low here. So everything is telling you that this thing is going to continue down to fill up over here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is pointing to right here.
So no need for a retrace here.
No, you had your retracement. Your retracement was right here. Okay. Your retracement was right there. And then your resistance formed. Now you're getting your bearish candles that are forming in your direction. So yeah, you should get a push. Here's your push.
You getting in, or you already in?
I'm not getting in because I don't have my account. But if I was getting in, I would have got in at the break of this low at 740.
Man. My emotions, and I've always kept it real.
I would anticipate volume to break this little minor support here and keep pushing this thing down.
So where should I take an entry?
Entry should have been taken at 7:30
It's too late now.
ish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little late now.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I'm still really perturbed by the fact that I'm not waiting for a close anymore outside of the zone. It's like blowing me right now.
And you still can't wait for this close outside of here. I would with this entry here is just this is an early entry based off of my story that happened in my head, which is all this information here. All this information here is my story. And you still could wait on the break of this whole red area. That would be the safer trade.
I gotta wait.
Yeah, which is fine.
Wait.
Which is perfectly fine. That's definitely the safer trade because this thing is still in this consolidation area.
Facts. Smaller stop loss right here, though. Come on, what is this mess?
This is see if you did take an entry right here. This is what you run the risk of since you are taking an entry in consolidation.
Okay.
This thing could bounce around for a little bit before it makes a move.
Thank you so much. Because I know I'm not crazy. That was just going against everything I've been putting together. That was anti-weight. It was anti-weight. The whole area is red, and you said take an entry. I get what you're saying, though. I do get what you're saying. As it did retrace, it did make it did test support. But from my perspective, even if it tested support, it could fake out and come back and test it again if it
exactly.
does. Okay.
Exactly. And when I say that this is stressful trading, so I wouldn't take random entries in here. I would take entries that make sense, like this one. Like I wouldn't just randomly take an entry here and not know what the frick I'm going on. That's what I mean, stressful trading. So I would look to take entries that make sense. At the time, the entry at the break of this low made sense.
I did. It's my emotions that I've always kept it real. Yeah, that last candle was not indicating a trend at all, though. It was like didn't break the high or the low or nothing. It was just wobbling around. I like it. Yes, honey. For sure. It's good. Okay, she's gone. Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is Aunt K trading, bro?
I think so. Yeah.
She set up when it comes to.
Mm-hmm.
That is lit.
Mm-hmm.
That is lit. That's not even real life right there.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I've been trying to tell my dad to wake his butt up. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. It's hard to wake a nigga up, man. A lion wants to sleep. He wants to sleep. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I knew you needed a bigger wick, Phil, for that retracement you were speaking
There
of.
you go.
And once again, I get it. I don't have to overtrade. I don't get it, but I'm hearing myself. I don't have to overtrade. I don't have to take this. I could wait. Definitely want to wait for the close of this.
Yeah.
The hour broke that. Okay.
Yeah, this would be a better one to take based on the hourly.
The hour did break.
Yeah, and it didn't break the low of the previous one, but it broke the high. You should get a push up. So this will be a better one to take, a better impulse to take.
So would I wait on the close of the 15 or the 30? 30.
30.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And best case scenario for me here is if the 30 closed bearish at support. Correct?
Yeah, and then you get the break of a high there.
Yeah.
Or if this one closed exactly like it is way down here, and then you get a break of the high on the next one.
But for a safe trade, because the stop loss there would be gigantic. Because I could assume it's not going to go back down in that range. But if it's a fake out, then I just lost 7 pips or 5 pips or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Incorrect?
Correct. But you also have to be okay with missing the move because this thing could and probably will just shoot up to here.
Perfect. Excuse me.
Which is where the entry down over here comes into play at 870 or so.
I'm okay with this, bro. I'm really pro retest right now. I got to get a solid foundation first. Non-risky trades. I need the least risk possible right now. So my foundation won't be rocky. I like this volume though. Finally, somebody want to talk to me. Yeah, this is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is really fun, to be honest.
Very.
And you don't have no like live trading account on the side, like $100, 500.
No, I don't. I don't.
Why not?
I probably should, but I don't know.
I
I
mean,
just don't.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? I would like to use their money to make money too. So I feel you. So how long ago was that you put all that money in here?
Say what?
I said, how long ago was it that you put all that money in an account?
Earlier this year, actually.
That was it. Earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know enough?
No, nowhere near enough. Thought I knew enough.
Huh?
Thought I knew enough.
You don't know.
Did not know enough. Now I know enough.
Now you know enough.
Definitely feel a whole lot better now.
Yeah.
It's like a light bulb was opened or turned on or something. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Got your confidence now all the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel you. I'm on the way, bro. It's a few things that Roger says sometimes that I'm trying to really incorporate. Like it says, like if I'm gonna take one trade for the day, it wouldn't be that one, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to incorporate what that actually means into my thought process, because technically, a bullish trade on a buy is not what you want right here. It may work.
Yeah, but it's not the one trade you want to take. That's absolutely right.
It ain't the easiest.
Exactly.
It definitely ain't the easiest. Did you watch any of the games yesterday?
Yeah, I watched the Lakers game.
Think about it.
I didn't catch the end. I caught like most of the first half. AD need to get some I don't know. He need to watch some like Kobe film or something, or some Jordan film, and
He yelled
get
at
some.
Kobe last night after he made the shot.
Yeah, nah. He need to get some. He need to watch some film.
Oh no, I feel it. He need a he need a pit bull.
Yeah. He needs some kind of ferocious animal in his life.
Old tiger in the house. So he can see what it's like
Yeah, he needs
to
a shark. He needs a Shark Tank, is what he needs.
to kill. Like if he was a killer,
Man, it wouldn't even be fair.
at least top 5 ever.
Yes,
Ever. Like
because that would not be fair.
he's just not a murderer. Kobe was a murderer.
Yeah, MJ was too.
MJ too.
Like them dudes would literally kill you over a basketball game.
For a basketball game, yeah.
For a basketball game.
I just seen this story on some podcast, and they was talking about being on the court with Kobe, and he used to hiss when he wanted the ball. He used to hiss like a snake, bro.
Buddy,
That's psycho, bro.
that's a different level.
That's my type of guy, bro.
That is my type of dude.
Like you had 3 to 5 seconds to get him the ball.
And get out the way.
Get out of the way. He was going crazy on you. I love it. I seen one of his coaches talking about Kobe cussed him out because he was supposed to be at practice at 5:45, and the nigga came at 5:45 p.m. instead of a.m. the next. He was like, "What a.m.?" I love it. Cray.
Mm.
I love it. This thing is moving on up. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and move up. Set me up. Set me up for success. All right. So on the way back down. Technically, I got a new support.
Mm-hmm.
So on the way back down, I could take the trade when it passes the support level.
Let's see.
I'm gonna give you my number. 133.79 is the support I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes. So yeah, you would take the trade below that level. Yeah.
And it's because it formed a new support, or because of, or what?
You just want some bearish candles to form. You need some bearish candles to form first, and see how they're setting up.
Mm-hmm.
So once that starts to happen, then we can look at that scenario there.
I'll take that.
Right now, it's too early to tell.
Perfect.
Yeah, right now it's way too early to tell.
That was a great explanation.
Because this thing could just freaking push all the way up.
Okay.
So we'll get some more information first.
Yeah.
Right now, we'll just let it do its thing.
But I still want, if I was to take a buy, it would be in that next zone for sure. And I would wait for my retest off of the level form.
Yes.
Okay. Narrowing it down, boy. See, that's a good for me to know right there, because I would have jumped in this yellow zone for real. last week at least. Just looking for a wick refill because that's all the info I know. But it's a lot of red candles up there that is clear candles.
Mm-hmm.
I really think, bro, I really think I could catch this move up to 135 even or whatever, because I think it's going to retest all the way up there to break the low. But that's just me being a genius.
It could happen.
Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you who I am. I'm the
I
one.
believe it.
I'm the one. You got work today?
Unfortunately.
Getting money.
Unfortunately.
Or getting money.
Oh man.
Kanye just posted on Twitter what the new recording contract should look like. He's really mad at recording contracts because they're like slave contracts, basically.
Oh really?
Yeah, like record deals.
Mm-hmm.
Man, record deals are horrible. That's why I don't have a record deal. I just happen to be too smart to be able to accept one. So I try and do everything the hard way. I had took one time when I didn't know any better. And it just so happens those guys were kind of lazy. So I just sat down and read it myself and found where I could get out of it.
Right.
I haven't taken one since. But as a result, like I have to fund everything, in
Exactly.
order for it to move. But nowadays, a record deal is called a 360 contract where they get the money off of everything: your touring, your merch, your record sales, your publishing, and your royalties.
Sheesh.
They want all of it until their advance is paid back. And so they'll give you, if you're a real guard, then they give you 2, 3 million, and then they take all your money until the 2 or 3 million is paid back, and they own the masters.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like brutal. It's like a slave contract. And I'm working on a contract for this thing I'm doing that I'll tell you more about later.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to like structure it in a way that is like simple, right? Because that contract I went through, it took me like 2 weeks. I had to read it like word by word and like reread the word
Jesus.
for like 20 something pages. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
like a recording contract could be no more than 2 pages, to be honest. If everybody's like trying to be straight up and do good business, and I'm going into a partnership and not a slave ship, then I don't need all the trickery in the language, right?
Right.
So what I'm doing on my own, I feel like is like way against the grain, et cetera, et cetera. And Kanye yesterday just posted like 7 points about the new recording contract, and 2 of them, like, I'm literally fighting with myself on because I want to break the norm, but it's like a 100-year-old industry. So for me to have the courage to do that is
Hmm.
is a lot, but I was still on the way, like, doing it. And then he posted that yesterday, so I feel like way better because somebody agrees with me. Somebody agrees with me that they're doing people wrong. I'm telling you, bro.
Well, that's definitely a good thing.
I know, bro. I swear I'm revolutionary. I swear to you, I'm revolutionary. I swear to you. I swear to you, I'm revolutionary. Indeed. All right, we got an issue here now, buddy.
What's the issue?
Uh, we got a bullish candle right here that I was asking for. If this, all right, so this is how this works. If I'm expecting this 30-minute candle to keep going bullish,
Hmm.
one has to not make a lower low.
Correct.
So this 30-minute candle going bullish equals a wick fill. Correct?
Yes. Correct.
You would think, right?
Mhm.
So being is that there's all these clean candles on the other side of this wick fill. 732 New York volume coming in. Do I assume that this could push past?
Yes, but it would be uh, it would be risky.
It's still risky.
It's still risky.
Okay. Okay.
It's still risky. You still have this huge move down, but
Still had the huge move down. Let's point to it again. The main move. Okay.
no, this all this, yeah, all that. You still had all that going down. If you get a, I mean, I still wouldn't take it. If you get the break of the previous high at like 133,990, I mean, I still wouldn't take that buy. But that just tells you the retracement's not over yet. Similar to what happened here, what I was talking about here. If you get a break of the high over here, they just tell you the retracement's not over. It's not necessarily a buy yet. It's just telling you the retracement isn't over.
Thank you.
Because I still think this thing is going to make a move
Down.
down. Yeah,
Me
another
too.
one.
Cool.
So like I said earlier, when it does break the high, it's not necessarily an indication of a trade. It could be. It's just a risky trade, but it also tells you that the pullback isn't over yet. But of course, it definitely could be a trade, but it would just be extremely risky. And it's one of those, if you want to take it, then just take it, and then if not, then don't take it.
Yeah. So I have to maintain my bias longer until I see absolute proof that The bias change.
Yes.
Okay, don't be so easy to change your mind, James. And that 15 broke, I'm assuming. Yes, it broke. So now I'm looking for another candle to tell me what the heck is going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it though. I love it though. I'm feeling it.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
too easy.
You seen my? Oh yeah, you seen it. Of course you seen it. That video I posted yesterday.
Man, yeah, that was dope.
Thank you, brother.
It was dope.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Funny thing, it is way easier to do this for it's way easier to do this for Forex than it is with music. I tell you that much.
Is it really?
Yeah, because I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want me to get up here and talk about this? Sure. But when it comes to like music, what I'm a master at for real, since I'm so involved, it's like, I don't know, I just get apprehensive. But I know this is about to open up the door for me to do stuff for my music too. So I'm thrilled all the way around at the growth. Wow, that is going down. Said I ain't the. You use MC4 or 5.
5.
Is there a difference?
5 is a little more regulated. 4 is on 4 they stop like I guess you can call it like their help desk or whatever. So if you have a problem with them, they're just gonna be like, oh well, kind of thing. If you were to ever have a problem, I've never had a problem with either of them, but a lot of these brokers that are popping up that are unregulated, a lot of them use 4 because they can get away with more stuff on 4 and like manipulate prices and do all this other kind of crazy stuff. And again, you only have to worry about that if you're dealing with just one of these random brokers, not one of the main ones. But for people who don't know any better and they just randomly Google a broker and sign up with somebody that's not reputable, then they're going to run into those problems. But on 5, you can't get, as a broker, you can't get on MT5 and not be regulated. So yeah, that's why I started using 5 when I found out that information.
So I could just plug my information into 5 that I have for 4, and it'll pick up.
No. So when you first, when you get another account, you can. But when you first sign up with this account, it works on 4. It may work on 5. I haven't tried doing it. You can try. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt anything.
Okay. Cool. What a journey this has been. What a journey. I'm definitely closer to the finish line than I am to the starting line, though. Because I remember. Dang, I remember going through it. I remember going through it, bro.
Yeah, it's been a trip.
I'm telling you, I remember going through it. From knowing nothing to where I'm at right now. From when you was in Bahrain, where was you at?
Yep, Bahrain.
From you being back there. For me trying to trade crypto very unsuccessfully. Bro, you wouldn't believe how I thought what I was doing. Like, it was dumb as hell.
Yeah.
It was dumb. It was DUMMM.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It was dumb.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I was giving it a shot though. I was just trying. You know what I'm saying? More than most guys that I am around. You know, I don't know about you.
No, definitely more than me too.
I just was clueless. I ain't with that stuff.
You was using indicators I ain't never heard of.
Oh, in the beginning?
Yeah.
But
using stuff I ain't never heard of.
They was good though. I'm talking about when I was trading crypto, I had a real problem. This right here, those indicators, you could still use those. I could use it better now if I wanted to. Heck yeah. So the way I think what Buddy was that was teaching me in the beginning on no nonsense. I think he was a swing trader because he was just catching swings. And I had many indicators to let me know the confirmations. And you use just different ones until you find ones that work. But as long as one was like a volume and one was a zero cross and one was a 2-line crossover. I needed a 2-line crossover, a zero cross, like the MACD is a zero cross. And then like the EMA's crossing over was like a 2-line cross, and volume was like the ATI or something like that. Just something, you know. You use the MACD for volume too, but it worked. I just wasn't. It don't work this good. it don't, it don't work this good. It don't work this good. This is for me right here because I don't have to rely on no tools. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why it's for me.
Yeah. I have to rely on no tools. That's the major thing. It's like down to the core of understanding what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Be trying to use something to tell me what's happening. It's like, I don't have to say that.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. No, I didn't like that either. I was like, no, I just want to understand why this is happening. Not after it happens, why it's happening, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't
it's
know
hard
that
to explain.
existed of understanding. I
Same.
thought that was as close as I was gonna get was these indicators. And he would always say, like, all right, well, this is after the fact. And I didn't get that either. I was just hearing the words.
Oh yeah, I always knew that was the case, and I was like, there has to be, like, the indicators have to get their information from somewhere, and it has. I mean, they obviously get their information from what has already happened, but I don't know. There had to be another way.
Yeah. Also, nobody is messing with Rogers like live. This is open territory, man. I'm telling you. It's open territory.
Mm-hmm.
Seen him the other day when the trade went through, hitting the air horn like he was a DJ, like bah, 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 bah.
That was live.
It was
That
live.
joke is live.
It was like exciting. It was annoying, but it was at least like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, whoever makes Forex hip hop is gonna like own the game,
Just like everything else.
and pop culture. That's why I made Lil Forex and I had them all these different colors and stuff because people don't want to look at this boring. It's hard to look at this, bro. Not everybody's brain is built like that.
No, it's extremely. It takes a different level of person to sit here
Exactly.
for 2 hours and wait on a 5-minute trade.
It does in the beginning, right now.
Yeah, it definitely takes a different level of person because shoot, if you're here for 30 minutes and nothing's happening, you're clicking off.
If you're, yeah.
Shoot, nowadays, if you're here for freaking 10 minutes or 5 minutes and nothing's happening, like, you're gone.
Yeah. I feel you. I definitely.
You told me trades take 5 minutes. I've been here 5 minutes, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For sure.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that one.
I need Lil Forex to be life size, like a dude in a suit. You feel me? I need a dude in a suit, like a mascot. You travel around with him and do shows. For real. T-shirt. When you gonna make the bull T-shirt?
I don't know, bro. I gotta get some share get some people first.
Okay, you can say that. Hey, this is what I do need.
Mm-hmm.
The basics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I made a document the other day. My girl made it with my help, but obviously my girl made it. To get you signed up for MT4 and Hugo's Way. And
Okay.
I did mention this is in this. It says, well, Forex says this is not his suggestion. It's just the one he uses. And I sent it to one of her best friend's little sister. She's like 11th grade. And the bitch hit me back in 5 minutes and was signed up with a 10K demo account on MT4, like through Hugo's way. It was like 5 to 7 minutes.
Oh,
And she said,
fantastic.
bro, it was like scary because it took me like 4 days.
Well, you slow too, so it definitely shouldn't take 4 days.
Honestly, I had to figure out how. So nobody told me how. Thank you very much. I gave her detailed instructions. But the point is, she was ready in like 5 minutes and she was like, what's next? And so I did a Zoom with her and explained TradingView and just gave her like a overrun. But I know I have to go back and tell her what is a pip, like that type of stuff, so she can even be able to comprehend what I was telling her in the TradingView, you know?
Right.
I don't know what information to give a person who's just starting, because I could get plenty of people who are just starting. I just don't know what. I just sent her babypips.com for right now, but
Shoot, that's what I'm gonna tell most people.
I know.
If they get past that, then they can get to this.
I hear you, but you need to do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If you could bridge that gap, and obviously I'll help you bridge it, but if you could bridge that gap, you'll get more people, because trying to convert somebody who already knows Forex is like
Yeah, it's tough.
you're trying to sell a 35-year-old something a 16-year-old wants, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like too late. But if you get the new people and you just walk them through, they'll always be with you. You know what I'm saying? These people aren't ever going to leave Raja. Even if they left, they're going to come back and check up.
Right.
You just got to give them the basics. And I'd try and put it together, but, you know, like you said, I'm slow apparently. Everybody say I talk slow. Everybody say I walk slow. Everybody say I make decisions slow.
Nah, you're not slow.
I mean, that's what everybody says. You feel me? Fuck them. I feel.
True.
Bro, this move isn't coming for another 2 hours, hour and a half, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a while.
I may do my yoga, man.
Looks like it's gonna be a while. I guess it's a good thing I didn't get my account today. I ain't had no trade anyway.
You would have been stopped out.
Yeah, it wasn't a trade for today anyway.
First day stopped out. So the last real trading opportunity is at 10 a.m.
It's up until 10 a.m.
Okay. So London closes at what time?
Is at 10.
Okay. So that little rush would be before 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, everything is usually done around like 12. Anything after 12, it's not good.
But anything after 10 is more risky.
Yes.
Because it's less volume.
Yep.
I'm looking for like a completion of a move that was happening before that time.
Mm-hmm.
It may be acceptable to keep it open until about 12.
Right.
As long as it's going like it need to be going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 10 basics. Do you know 10 basics?
For this,
Yeah, pip. What is a pip? What else?
what is a pip? Session times, calculate and take profits and stop loss. What are candles and how to read where they open and close.
Mm-hmm. Zones, support and resistance.
Yeah, support and resistance. Yeah. Support and resistance. Then you have basics.
What the currency pair is.
Yes. And what each one means, like as far as whether it's in the front or in the back.
What is it? Base pair.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
What is the currency pair? What is price? What is price? Do you know?
Yes.
What is price?
It's the relation between the base pair and the secondary pair.
Yeah, she asked me to explain price, and I had a hard time. For real. I was like, well, if this goes up, then you have more of this, and then it's less of this. So that means the ratio would make that a bigger number. And if it does this and this, that means the ratio would make that a smaller number. So the price goes down. But I don't know if that was right. That was just what I intuited.
Pretty much. So at the time, so prices changing all the time. So if you think about it, as far as GBP JPY goes, one British pound it's always one of the base pair, so GBP. Or if you're looking at USD CAD, it's always one US dollar versus how many, whatever the price you see on the right. So it's one British pound equals 133.878 Japanese yen.
Okay.
So if you're looking at gold, 1931 ounces of gold is one US dollar.
God damn.
If you're looking at Euro JPY,
That can't be right, bro. 100, 1,000, 931 ounces of gold is one US dollar.
it may be the other way around.
Yeah, the base pair got to be the second one, doesn't it?
As far as gold goes, it may be the other way around, but all the rest of these are like that. So for the British pound, one British pound equals 1.286 US dollars.
Yeah. Okay, I got that.
Yeah. Japanese yen is the same way. One US dollar is 104 Japanese yen.
Okay, that must not be ounces. That must be a different measurement.
Yeah, it's probably not ounces.
Probably to the thousandth, so probably like a milliounce. All right, well, that's an easy way to put price. So price, what is a currency pair? Take profit, stop loss, candles, session times. Session times, and what are they called up there? The chart times? What's that called?
Oh, what do they call them? Trading view? Yeah, chart times. Or yeah, they're still session times. They're called session times on Trading View too.
Oh, so what's the session times called? Session times?
Mm-hmm. Like you have London, you have your London session, New York session, you have Asian and Australian.
All right, so you need to know what a pip is, what the market session times are, what the chart session times are, what a candle is, take profit, stop loss, support and resistance, what a currency pair is, what price is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably two more. You got two more?
You know your major time frames. So your weekly, your daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, and 30 minute.
Yeah.
And 15.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your major time frames. And then you also need to know news events. Or where to find your major news events.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's 10, right?
That's 8. That's 9, excuse me.
Really? Okay.
9. One more.
I'm
glad we're running out.
trying to think of one more. Oh, calculating your risk percentage.
God damn. That's
Yeah.
the one.
That's the one. Yeah, that's a basic.
That's the only one. Shit.
Yeah.
Risk.
Yeah. Calculating risk.
You should know about the banks too, huh?
What about them?
That what move price.
Yes.
So you'll understand the concept of volume.
Yes. That's a good one.
Anything else?
It pretty much covers everything. Not everything, but the basics.
Back testing.
That's not like super basic. Well, it kind of is. I don't expect a new person to know how to backtest right away.
I guess that's level 2.
Yeah, we'll say that's level 2. Because if they start backtesting, they gotta know how to identify certain stuff, and they would have to have seen that a couple different times in order for them to start backtesting.
Facts.
And they, if they brand new, they probably seen it once, if that.
Scaling out for losses.
That's definitely level 2.
Trailing stops, level 2.
Yep.
money management is really everything. That risk.
Yeah. Yep. Risk management, that should be number one.
How to calculate your lot size.
Yeah, lot sizes. Yeah. You can put that on. That's pretty basic, lot sizes.
Put that right after the risk video, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
This is the Forex Q&A podcast. This is VP.
Sheesh.
It was loud.
Mm-hmm.
My fault. I didn't even mean to click on it. I'm trying to see if there's any videos that I need to be covering the basics.
So we're about to get that push.
Oh shit. You know, I don't even know what the answer to this is. What is a broker?
I don't know the exact definition, but I can tell you around about what it is.
I mean, I don't even know. Tell me something.
Broker is the person that controls essentially they hold your money and place your trades for you.
Okay. So supply and demand is no different than support and resistance.
Correct. We're just going to call it support and resistance because if I start calling a bunch of other stuff, it'll get confusing.
I need to make an anti-IML diss song. I've seen a girl from Charlotte talking about trading Forex on Instagram. And she was like talking big crap, like, y'all ain't trading, and then showing like numbers, and they're making like $60. Y'all ain't trading out here. We really trading. Oh man. I almost had some respect for you. But you cat. You know that thing I was telling you about that you didn't know what I was talking about was the ATR, the average true range.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I liked that indicator. It was just, it'll give you like whatever period you choose, it'll tell you the average that the candles move through that period. And since it was swing trading, you would just set your stop loss to 1.5 the ATR. So if it's 10, your stop loss would be 15. So the average moved wouldn't be, it could move that average and have some cushion and still move in the direction that you anticipated going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was helpful. That was probably the best thing I learned from him. Because you set stop losses really good that way for swing trades.
Okay.
because they're moving like days, sometimes weeks, months almost. And then you can do your trailing stop from there. But, this way is a little tighter. Nice.
Yep. Looks like we have no trade this morning. And I'm okay with that.
It's not a boring day, right?
Yep. I'm about to go get ready for work and
Shoot, holla at me.
do this thing tomorrow.
All right, have a good one.
All right, Joe.
Hit me up. Peace.